Выстрел! 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 Выстрел!
Давай, давай! Есть! Есть!
Russian Defense Ministry report on the progress of the special military operation. In Kupiansk direction, units of the Zapad group of forces supported by aviation and artillery repelled 8 attacks of the AFU 32nd, 57th, and 67th Mechanized Brigades near Sinkovka and Zagoraikovka. The enemy lost up to 155 Ukrainian troops and 2 pickup trucks. In Krasny Liman direction, units of the Center group of forces, helicopters, and artillery repelled 6 attacks of assault detachments of the AFU 12th Special Operations Brigade near Kuzmino. The enemy losses amounted to up to 210 Ukrainian troops killed and wounded, 1 Bradley infantry fighting vehicle, 3 motor vehicles, as well as 1 U.S.-made M119 Paladin self-propelled artillery system during the day. In Donetsk direction, units of the Yug group of forces supported by aviation and artillery repelled 5 attacks of the AFU 22nd and 24th Mechanized Brigades near Maloylinovka and Kleshtevka. In addition, strikes were delivered at manpower and hardware of the AFU 30th Mechanized Brigade close to Vasukovka and Kurdyumovka. The enemy losses in this direction amounted to 300 Ukrainian troops killed and wounded, 2 armored fighting vehicles, 3 pickup trucks, and 1 M-Stabi howitzer. In South Donetsk direction, units of the Vostok group of forces, helicopters, and artillery inflicted losses on manpower and hardware of the AFU 79th Airborne Brigade near Novomikhailivka. In addition, strikes were delivered at manpower and hardware clusters of the AFU 128th Territorial Defense Brigade near Staromayorskoy and 58th Motorized Brigade close to Urozhainoy. The enemy losses amounted to up to 60 Ukrainian troops, 2 armored personnel carriers, 2 motor vehicles, as well as 1 Akatsiya self-propelled artillery system. In Zaporozhye direction, units of the Russian group of forces supported by aviation and artillery inflicted losses on manpower and hardware clusters of the AFU 33rd Mechanized Brigade near Rabatino. The enemy losses amounted to up to 75 Ukrainian troops, 2 armored fighting vehicles, and 2 motor vehicles. In the course of counter-battery warfare, 1 U.S. made M777 artillery system, 1 M46 towed gun, and 1 D-30 howitzer were wiped out. In Kherson direction, as a result of artillery and aviation strikes near Antonovka and Shlyakovoy, the AFU losses amounted to up to 95 Ukrainian troops and 4 motor vehicles. In the course of the counter-battery warfare, 3 Polish-made Krab self-propelled artillery systems, 2 Gvozdika self-propelled artillery systems, and 1 Grad MLRS were neutralized. Operational, tactical, and Army aviation, unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the group of forces of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation destroyed 1 command and observation post of the AFU 79th Airborne Brigade near Antonovka, as well as manpower and military hardware in 82 areas. Air defense units intercepted 2 HIMARS MLRS projectiles and 1 U.S.-made JDAM aerial-guided bomb. Moreover, 23 unmanned aerial vehicles of the Armed Forces of Ukraine were shot down near Regorovka, Lysychansk, Lipovoy, Pervomyskoy, Novaya Zhiberievka, and Mernoy. In total, 534 airplanes and 254 helicopters, 8,904 unmanned aerial vehicles, 441 air defense missile systems, 13,392 tanks and other armored fighting vehicles, 1,184 combat vehicles equipped with MLRS, 7,084 field artillery guns and mortars, as well as 15,253 units of special military equipment have been destroyed during the special military operation. In South Donetsk direction, units of the Vostok Group of Forces supported by artillery thwarted 4 AFU unit rotation attempts near Ugoldar, west of Novodonskoy and Staromayorskoy. The AFU manpower and motor vehicles were wiped out. In the course of counter-battery warfare, the enemy lost 5 mortar crews and 1 AM divided by TRQ-50 counter-battery warfare station. Operational, tactical, and Army aviation, missile troops, and artillery delivered strikes at manpower and hardware concentration areas of the AFU 72nd Mechanized Brigade and 79th Airborne Brigade close to Novomikhailovka, Ugoldar, Vodyanoy, Urozhinoy, Novodonskoy, Makarovka, and Staromayorskoy. The enemy losses amounted to up to 100 Ukrainian troops killed and wounded in AFU motor vehicles. In Kupiansk direction, units of the Zapad Group of Forces utilizing results of aviation and artillery strikes repelled 4 counterattacks of assault detachments of the AFU 30th, 54th Mechanized Brigades, and 57th Motorized Brigade. Ka-52 and Mi-28 helicopters delivered strikes at a manpower and hardware cluster of the AFU 1st National Guard Brigade, 32nd Mechanized Brigade, and 68th Jaeger Brigade near Ivanovka, Novoyegorovka, and Stelmakovka. In addition, heavy flamethrower systems crews struck a manpower cluster in shelters of the AFU 32nd Mechanized Brigade near Ivanovka. In the course of counter-battery warfare, the group's artillery neutralized 1 mortar crew close to Zagoraikovka. In Krasny Liman direction near Torsky area, units of the Center Group of Forces supported by artillery repelled attacks of assault detachments of the AFU 24th and 63rd Mechanized Brigade. The group's helicopters inflicted losses on units of the AFU 12th Azov Special Operations Brigade and 15th Ukrainian National Guard Regiment close to Serebryansky Forestry. The group's artillery struck up to 170 enemy targets close to Yampol, Torskoy, Grigorovka, and Kirovsk. TAS-1A Solntsepiok heavy flamethrower system crews delivered strikes at 2 AFU manpower and hardware clusters. The enemy losses amounted to up to 150 Ukrainian troops and 1 pickup truck.